Hi there, Mr. Johnson here with this Element of Arts lesson on the element of color. This is a big one. There's so much information to give you, so much to go over, so we're going to dive right in. We are starting with the Design Dojo video on color, and we'll talk about it afterwards. Great swooshy sounds. Let's just do it.
The element of color. More than any other element, color can have an immediate and powerful impact on us.
Yes.
But color is also the most complex and challenging element to work with. So to make color easier to understand, the traditional red, yellow, blue, or RYB color wheel provides the foundation for what is commonly called color theory. In RYB, red, yellow, and blue are considered primary colors, because these three colors can be mixed to create all other colors, but cannot be mixed themselves.
True.
The secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. The secondary colors are made by mixing two neighboring primary colors. So, for example, blue and red make purple.
There it is.
Tertiary colors are the remaining colors in between primary and secondary colors. For example, this is blue-green. One way that colors are categorized is by way of their perceived temperature. Warm colors are the colors on the red-orange side of the color wheel. These colors are thought to be more aggressive, making warm colors often a great choice for signage and logos. Cool colors are on the blue side of the color wheel. These colors have a receding quality. To explain, because Earth's atmosphere is blue, as objects get farther away, they get increasingly tinted blue. Harmonies are color combinations that go well together. The big three are analogous colors, which are any three contiguous colors. Complementary colors, which are two colors that are opposite each other. And triadic colors, which are any three colors that are evenly split into thirds. Three common color modifications are tinting, which is adding white to a color.
Makes it lighter.
Toning, which is adding gray to a color.
Makes it duller.
And shading, which is adding black to a
Makes
color.
it darker.
Lastly, the RYB color wheel, it is just the starting point for understanding the world of color. So be sure to check out part 2 of The Element of Color.
But that's what's going to hold us for now, because there is plenty of information there. Now, when it comes to color and this red, yellow, blue color wheel, this is the type of color that we use when we're talking about drawings, painting, sculpture, artwork where you have physical color that you are mixing together. When you're talking about light, colored light mixing, or the way that your computer screen or your phone screen creates colors, that is a totally different color wheel with its own primary colors and a totally different set of rules. So we're not talking about that. This is color just with pigments. So again, here they are, the basic colors in the color wheel. And we're going to go over these a bit here in this video. We'll point them out again, and then they're also in some of the art projects that deal with color. So the three types of colors that you want to know are the primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors. So the primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. And those are colors that exist only in nature. They cannot be made. There are no two paints you can mix together and make blue. Can't be done. Same thing with red and yellow. But with those three colors, you can mix every other color. So if you mix two primary colors together in equal amounts, you get a secondary color. Red and blue will make purple. Red and yellow will make orange. Yellow and blue will make green. So those are the secondary colors. So those, when you mix two primaries together, get a secondary color. The tertiary colors are the ones in between those. They are one primary color mixed with one secondary color. And they're always labeled or titled with the primary color first. So red mixed with orange gives you red-orange, right? Yellow mixed with orange gives you yellow-orange. Yellow and green gives you yellow-green. Blue and green gives you blue-green, and so on. That makes up the tertiary colors. And that is the basic color wheel. Now, here, we got the color wheel on the left, and then all of the different specific types of color schemes, color harmonies as well as some color vocabulary on the right. So primary colors, right, we just talked about those. Those are the yellow, red, blue, and red. Secondary colors mix two primaries together, green, orange, and purple. Then the intermediate or the tertiary colors, which is a way cooler word, by the way, where you mix one primary and one secondary color together. Yellow, orange, red, orange, yellow, violet, blue, violet, things like that. Then you have different color schemes. Analogous colors are any set of colors that are all next to each other on this color wheel. So it doesn't matter where you start. If you start with yellow-orange, you can move 3 or 4 colors in either direction and get a set of analogous colors. So they are colors that when you pick them, they are all together on the color wheel. So if you skip some or you jump around, it's no longer an analogous color scheme. They have to be all in order. Complementary colors are colors directly opposite. If you draw a line straight through the color wheel, you get complementary colors. The example here are yellow and purple. Those are complementary colors. Now, complementary colors look really good when they're paired together, and that's for 2 reasons. One of them, because they are complements, they're opposite on the color wheel, they are not made of the same primary colors. So yellow and purple, because purple is blue and red, and yellow is a straight pigment. So that gives a really cool contrast. So when you have these colors near each other, they make the other color look brighter or more intense. So if you were to put yellow and red together, they appear more saturated, brighter, more exciting looking. And then here they're showing a really cool color harmony scheme called split complement, which is you choose your color. Here it's yellow. It's complementary color, which is purple. But instead of using purple, you use the 2 colors on either side, which would be red, violet, and blue, violet, which is a pretty cool color scheme. And this here is always up here right as a reference, so you can always go back to it and look and find some of these cool color lingo and color harmonies you can use in your artwork. Now, hue is the name of the color. When we say hue, we mean the color's name: red, green, blue, violet, right? Just what's the name of the color. And the tint is when you mix that with white. It makes it lighter. So pink is a tint of red. If you take red and add white, you get pink, right? Sky blue is a tint of blue. If you take blue and add white, you get sky blue. So it's just a lighter version of that color. A shade is a darker value of the color. If you add black to your color, you get its darker version. So if you add black to red, you get scarlet. So scarlet is a shade of red. If you take blue and you add black to it, you get this navy blue. Navy blue is just a dark shade of blue. Okay. So here are kind of all of the colors and contexts that you need to know. Your primary colors, primary and secondary, and then we've added the tertiary colors in there. They're written right on the screen for you, which ones are which. So this, again, is a great reference anytime that you might need it. Hop on back to this video. You can pause it right here. There's all the information for you because we're just cool like that. So let's look at some famous artworks that have some really specific color schemes or really cool use of color. So this is a painting by Roy Lichtenstein, who's an American pop artist that uses the primary colors. You've got blue, red, and yellow make up the overall color scheme. There are a few other colors in there, but this is mostly the primary colors. Now, the skin tones and even the lips are made of taking these same colors, red and yellow, and using small dots of them placed far apart on the page. It's difficult to see here. If you zoom in really close, you can kind of see that it's made up of little dots of those colors. So I think that's pretty cool. So here you've got red, yellow, and blue, the primary colors in this artwork. It's a great color scheme. This painting by Impressionist artist Claude Monet uses the secondary colors, orange, violet, and green. It's not exact. It's kind of a blue-green, but it's still, you get the idea of using those secondary colors together here in one artwork. So yes, there are little bits of regular blue. There are little bits of darker green, but the primary uh, colors that are used in this image are orange, purple, and green, and that's the secondary colors. I just think it's also a really interesting color scheme. You don't often see those three colors used together, so it definitely stands out. Now, this is the cover to Amazing Spider-Man number 20 by a phenomenal painter named Alex Ross. He does a lot of illustrations for Marvel and DC Comics. He's incredible. He's an incredible painter. This is a painting that is done in a monochromatic color scheme. So monochromatic means that it uses only tints and shades of one color. So in this, it's red. And the artist, Alex Ross here, has mixed red with white to create lighter tints of red that move towards pink, and darker shades of red by adding black right towards a deep scarlet. So if you look on here, you've got Spider-Man's mask that's clearly red, but the highlights on it are this light pink that's red and white mixed together. And then look at Dr. Octopus's face. Doc Ock's face here has all these deep, deep shadows, and they are red mixed with black to give this really, really deep kind of crimson scarlet color. I think it's a beautiful example of using only one color, one hue, right? That's the name of the color. One color, one hue, red, but all of these different values of it, using tints and shades by adding white and black. It's just cool. Oops, I'm shrink myself here a little bit. So this is a painting by Vincent van Gogh known as The Night Cafe. And this uses really bright, intense colors, right? The main colors here are red, yellow, and green. And these three colors are so intense because he often uses them right out of the tube. There are light, shades of yellow, green in here, some shades of orange as well, but it's mostly red, green, and yellow. And the colors are so intense, they're so bright, that it almost creates kind of this jarring feeling. This is a painting I can't look at for too long. I think if I stare at it for too long, it kind of hurts my eyes. That's because it's mostly complementary colors, because red and green are opposite on the color wheel. So because they are complements, they kind of have this jarring look. They make each other look brighter, which is kind of difficult when they're already this intense. But it's a really cool painting, and those colors are they're special. Now, this is a painting I love by Vincent. This is called Cafe Terrace at Night, and it's a good example of complementary colors that are not nearly as jarring. This is mostly blues, blue violets, and yellow orange. And blue violet and yellow orange are opposite on the color wheel. So yes, there are other colors in here. There's sky blue, and there's yellow green. There's some bright yellow. There's some orange. So we know that. But the overall color scheme, right, is mostly complementary colors with yellow orange and blue violet. It really allows the yellow building to pop, because warm colors tend to catch our eye and stand out, whereas cool colors tend to feel like they fade into the background. So that allows our eye to go right to this yellow building because it pops out, and the blue in the sky fades back. It's so cool. Claude Monet's Water Lilies is a great example of cool colors used in a painting. So the cool colors, again, like water, blues, greens, and purples. And that's the main color scheme used here. Yes, there are some little bits of yellow and little bits of red in there, but it's mostly a cool color scheme of blue, purple, and green. We don't mean cool like awesome, but cool as in the opposite of warm. So here is the task for you. With your cell phone or digital camera, look around your home or outdoors and photograph an example of each of these color schemes that you can find or create to take a photograph of. So you need 6. The primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. The secondary colors, orange, green, and purple. Tertiary colors, now obviously not all of them, but maybe just 1 or 2 that happen to be the main focus. Could be yellow, green, yellow, orange, red, violet, blue, green. Monochromatic colors, that's using only tints and shades of one color, much like the oranges on the screen. They're all different shades of orange. Complementary colors, Those are colors directly opposite on the color wheel. The example on the screen here is red and green, but it could be blue and orange or yellow and purple. And then analogous colors. And those are colors, again, that are all next to each other on the color wheel. So it might be yellow, yellow, orange, orange, red. It might be green, blue, blue, violet, whatever that might be. Post them to your portfolio, label each one, like on the screen. You can put all 6 of these on one slide. That's totally fine. You can try to find things where the color is, it should be pretty obvious what your color scheme is. They don't have to exist in nature. You can set this up. Or it's going to be very difficult for you to find something in the secondary colors. So get something orange, purple, and green, set them up, take a photo of it, and there you go for that one. Right, let's make these. If you have questions, please let me know. I can't wait to see what you come up with. And let's get coloring. Sorry, that was lame.